Being one of the last jobs for the Earth Crystal job, the Chemist is actually considered to be the ultimate support role, and that's thanks to its mix ability. Once you learn what items go with which, you can definitely use it to either support the entire party, heal, buff, debuff enemies, attack enemies, etc. The Chemist does everything, in addition to a few more other things it could probably do. I'm Storm331, back to doing another guide of Final Fantasy V job guide for beginners. We'll be covering the Chemist, which is basically the ultimate support job in the entire game. It's also regardlessly the weakest among jobs in terms of stat modifiers, but technically it makes up for it with its robust support abilities. And the abilities you do get are going to be very beneficial throughout by the time you get access to Chemist. Chemist is acquired when you complete Ronoka Ruins and acquire the Earth Crystal Shards. In terms of stat modifiers, it gets +2 on Strength, +3 on Agility, +6 on Stamina, and -4 on Magic. So technically it's not really the job to end all jobs in terms of offense-wise, but it's meant to be the overall the best of everything it could possibly do, and that's thanks to the fact that you're basically using your own inventory for that. Not to mention, it also has some pretty interesting abilities that could be also be used. So basically, when you do get access to Chemists, when they become Chemists, they'll get access to the Drink ability, plus they get the Auto-Initiate ability of Pharmacology, which basically doubles the recovery of your healing items, like potions and ethers. And that's actually beneficial, given the fact that you don't get a whole lot of HP recovery in regards to high potions, regular potions, and ethers. So this actually makes it a very excellent, good job to master just to get that pharmacology applied to your crew. And again, like I said before, it also has other abilities. We'll go over those right now. So basically it has 5 abilities that you need to learn in order to master the job. The level 1 ability you get first is Pharmacology, which basically doubles your recovery from healing items such as potions and ethers. Basically what it does is it improves your overall healing rate. So when you normally use a high potion, you get 500. But when you have Pharmacology applied to that party member that has mastered it and whatnot, it improves their overall healing rate to 1,000 instead of 500. Technically, if you were to use a normal ether, you get 80 instead of 40. And of course, if you use a regular potion, you get at least 100. And technically, with Phoenix Downs, you probably get a little bit more added revival HP. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure it does include that, obviously. But feel free to make a comment on the comments below. Number 2 is probably the most important ability and what makes the Chemist what it's so highly sought off for in its mix. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the mix combinations that you could do, but technically what you could do is basically form various concoctions by mixing certain items. In other words, you turn your entire inventory of items into your own personal means to either heal, buff, debuff, or even damage enemies in turn. So it gives you different effects. 3 specific items in particular are very much exclusive to the Chemist. That being Dark Matter, Dragon Fang, and Turtle Shell. Dragon Fangs are actually the most highly sought after item because it gives you interesting abilities when you perform mix with certain items. Dark Matter, on the other hand, can inflict instant death depending on which item you merge it with. Turtle Shell is mostly used for defensive wise. But there's tons of combinations I can go over and try to go over, but it's probably going to be impossible to fit it all into one guide. So I recommend looking for other sources to find the mixes. But technically, I would recommend try testing them out and see what you get. Some of them can be used to buff your own parties, others can be used against enemies. The level 3 ability you get in Chemist is Drink, which is also your default ability when you become a Chemist. Now, technically, this ability with a Chemist alone is not very good, but you do get access to certain drinks during the course of the game that can either boost up your HP, boost your attack, defense, agility, and levels, and so forth. And technically, what you could do is basically give that ability to hard-hitting classes like Ninja, Knight, Monk, etc., and they can go to town once they start buffing themselves up to very high levels. Basically, what it does is that you could basically improve your overall stats temporarily to give them a big damage boost or improvement in other things. Technically, it's not recommended for every job for drink, but it's good for those that would love to have those much needed boosts. The level 4 ability you get with Chemist is Recovery. Recovery is basically is almost close to Ensua, except for the fact that it does not cure Petrify. But it is notable for the fact that it can cure Silence and Old, which is very hard to do. Because unfortunately in this game you do not get access to Echo Orbs, which are normally your cure items for Silence. But technically Ensua actually outbeats Recovery in regards to healing just about every status element. But it's very good to have on a 4-job Fiesta run if you don't get White Mage and you get Chemist. And that basically helps you out of a jam pretty much. So basically, don't overlook Recovery. Revive is the last ability you get for Chemist, and that's the 5th and last one. It basically gives you the ability to revive one of your party members that's been KO'd in combat. It's pretty much almost identical to Phoenix Down, pretty much, but technically you can just use Phoenix Downs and Rise and Arise to revive party members instead. But overall, if you don't have those for a 4-job Fiesta, that could be a big lifesaver in some cases, but you're pretty much better off just using Phoenix Downs and Rise if you need to. So basically what you could do with Chemist is that you could probably apply the White Magic from White Mage to give to the Chemist, and he can get not only these people, not only your party members will be able to heal your team, but they can also use the mixes. Also, party members that don't really need to use magic, they can probably benefit from utilizing mix as well. And that can give your party members some additional options when you do need them. But like I said before, I'm not going to go over all of the mixes. It's impossible for me to describe all of them all at once. But it's a very helpful ability, and I would strongly recommend having all party members master Chemist just for pharmacology to improve your overall healing items. It's probably not one of the best jobs in the entire game, but it's arguably the best support job in the entire game in general. Alright, so that completes Chemist for now. We'll be going on to study up on another job in a minute, so hang tight, I'll be right back.